what's going on? Welcome to the first podcast from Carolina First. Hopefully not the last. You got me, Heat, my dude Poppy. Poppy, take it away.
you know, uh, we've been waiting to do this for a long time to try to, give our opinions and have it out there for the internet to hear. Because a lot of times when we go to bars or we go to the store running other Carolina Panther fans, we end up talking for 10, 15 minutes about the Carolina Panthers. So I figured we should do this and then, we let the world hear. And whoever wants to hear is going to hear it. And whoever don't like it, just leave a comment in the chat that you hate what we're talking about and we're going to keep doing it.
All right, well, if you're watching this, more than likely you're not watching it live right now. Hopefully you're playing back watching these a year from now. Hopefully this thing keeps going. I've got a link in the chat if you are here live and I can't see you. If you want to jump in and chat with us. We're going to start it off with Dallas.
Oh, yeah.
We got fucking destroyed Sunday.
Dude, we got the scoreboard showed that we got destroyed, but man, I'm not gonna lie, I saw some things that, I liked a little bit. It's some things that we can build on, because we look like Steve Wilkes took over play calling, didn't it?
I mean, Frank is not utilizing Bryce Young properly. Granted, the O line has got this kid running for his life. I mean, I wouldn't
Well,
know what to do if you hike the ball and it feels like the defense is in the fucking huddle.
hey, I ain't gonna lie. Was it Parker? Parson? He looked like he was back there every play almost.
Yeah,
Like,
every play.
but this has been an all year thing though. Like this has been, the off season, the offensive line wasn't healthy. We didn't do a lot of contact. Now you got these boys getting these injuries late in the season, and it's causing problems on the line. But shout out to Austin Corbett though, because he played through was it MCL tear?
Yeah.
Yeah, he played through that. Now he's about to be out again. But so what didn't you like about the game?
Honestly, play calling.
What was wrong with it?
We're not we're not establishing a run. We definitely did in that game. We're not throwing deep balls. Everything's 5 yards and under. I mean, this is like, I mean, my kid just got done with a sixth grade team, and I think we threw more deep passes than Bryce Young did. Like for real. Like it's depressing.
Man, this is not what the team wanted to be. I don't even blame Bryson. I don't even blame what's going on right now. I just blame the mistakes that we made in the off season. We didn't keep nobody that we should have kept, because I'm gonna tell you somebody that could have really helped out in this game right here.
Well, who?
Dante Foreman would have helped us out if we'd
Oh
have kept
yeah,
him.
absolutely.
And then now we're looking at it and what's going on.
Yeah,
What,
it's
Miles Sanders looked good, but he didn't look like Miles Sanders.
he looked like Miles Sanders all year. I mean, I think he was a product of that Philly offensive scheme.
Yeah, because he got phased out too.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. Frank actually talked about that today at the press conference, and he
Oh,
claimed it's nothing that Miles did. It's just been the flow of the game. He basically is saying he's what do they call it in baseball? You're going through you're in a funk. You're going through a dry spell.
yeah, I
Um,
got you.
that's basically how Frank portrayed um, Miles. Is just Miles is just going through just like a thing or something, like he's in a funk. I don't think
I
it's
don't.
that. I think it's Frank. I think it's that Miles just his play style isn't suited for the play call that we're doing.
Dude, Miles, he pulled his groin in the offseason. I don't think I think he's finally healthy now. Like I honestly believe like he's been playing hurt. That's why this game right here he kind of looked more explosive. He's finally healed up because he got 11 carries and Chuba got 11 carries. So, they're actually splitting the load.
Yeah, but
And then no,
if you look at the well, yeah, I mean they both had Chuba and Miles both had. I mean Chuba had 57 yards on 10 carries. Miles had what 50? Yeah, I'm looking at the
yep,
stats. 50 on 11 carries. I mean they split the load, but still, 23 carries in a football game.
man, you got to think about what happened. We went down, and then we had to start passing. But if we're gonna go through it, like if we look at the first quarter alone, we punted twice. You know,
Yeah,
like we can't do that. We came out hot versus Miami. Like that's how we need to start. And then it's like when we came out Miami, we put up 14 points real quick. Boom. Bryce was looking good. The offense was looking good, right? All right. Once we can keep doing that, then we can get excited for these long drives that the Carolina Panthers put together in the third quarter. You know,
yeah.
so it's like we're still at the end of the day not putting up points, but in the first quarter, man, we punted twice. You know, the second quarter we punted again, and then we had one field goal.
Yeah.
Like, man, that is not success.
I mean, it comes down to we're we're not going to win football games putting up 2 touchdowns a game.
Facts.
Like it's this. I don't care what defense you put on the field, you're not going to win games that way. I mean, minimum you got to put up 21, 24 points a game
Oh,
if you
yeah.
want to be above 500 and contend for the playoffs. You have to put up at least 24 points a game consistently,
Oh, yeah.
and
And it's
we can't do that right now.
and you know what, man? I believe if this type of offense that we had this game, if we would have came out week one like this, and we would have built something because we'd have been known for running. Now we're trying to run, and it's working a little bit, but it's still not. Is 100 yards success running the ball in the NFL?
I mean, it was for Dallas. They only had 107 rushing yards.
I can't argue with you there. You're right.
But I mean, when you're throwing pick sixes, I mean that doesn't help either.
Okay, so think about this. Just imagine, right? You look at Dak Prescott's numbers: 25 of 38, 189 yards, 2 touchdowns. Man, Bryce will be league MVP if he did numbers like that, and we win games.
Yeah,
If the score, like, think about it. If Bryce's numbers look like that all season, they would say, "Oh, CJ's good, but Bryce is winning." You know, because our defense been lights out all game. But dude, I think situational football is what we're bad at right now, and that's what's causing us to not be as productive on the field because at before half we gave up some big penalties that led them to score a touchdown, right?
I mean we couldn't. I mean, who was that made that? God, who was that? Who was that horse collar tackle on? Was
One
it?
Von Bell.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. I don't think it was Von Bell. Um, I think it was Dante Jackson. I mean, it's fucking third and like 19, and you're at the first you're at the original line of scrimmage making the tackle with 3 other Panthers around you. Horse, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, he was nowhere near the first.
Like, no, no, like, okay, you missed the tackle. Guess what? There's 2 other guys right there to clean up. It's 4th and 10. They're punting. We get the ball back.
Yeah,
No, we do that there. We hold them again. It's third down again. What do? God, who? See, I wish I'd marked down who it was. Um,
well, we know it was another penalty
yeah, it comes up
that
behind. It just pushes, plays over. Just push them in the back. Like, only like, granted, he probably flopped a little bit, but still, like, what are we doing? Like, easy mental mistakes, and they ended up scoring on that drive. I mean, we gave them 2 first downs after stopping them.
yeah,
But back to the O. We're talking about skill guys, and we go, running backs. We got Chuba, and Sanders is finally coming back a little bit. But our wide receivers, like we
yeah, that's
have,
something.
I mean, this is the Bryce Young the Thielen fucking show. Thielen with eight catches, 8 receptions. Bryce Young completed 16 passes in the game. Half of them went to Thielen.
Look
Um,
at that.
I mean,
Like,
I like it, but at the same time, we've got to. I mean, this is like stocks. We got to diversify a little bit, or they're
oh no, but
gonna.
go. Hey, go to the stats and look, man. He tried to go to Mingo. He went to Mingo with 6 targets.
Yeah.
Mingo came down with one. He had a couple crucial drops, man, on third down or second and long that would set them up to get a first down. Situational. Um, I don't know, man. Do you think that maybe he should have went to that practice or that get together that Adam Thielen and Bryce did in Texas instead of being in Mississippi? Do you think that threw the chemistry off just a little bit?
I mean, it could have. I mean, you look at the past. You look at Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison and um, shit. I mean, they used to in the summer. They used to like go to Peyton Manning's like house for like a week or two, and they just work in the summer together just to get that rhythm down. And you don't see that in the NFL anymore. Or
Well,
at least
Bryce tried to
you
do it.
don't hear about it anymore.
Not because all the wide receivers went. The only wide receiver that didn't go was Mingo. And then if you look at, all right, Chenault got two targets, 2 catches. Chuba 2 targets, 2 catches. Mingo 6 targets, 1 catch. Tommy Trimble 3 targets, 1 catch. Miles Sanders. Like everybody is pretty consistent, you know. But if we take away the 2 passes Bryce overthrew to Mingo, so that puts it four. So his catch percentage is what, 25%? Is that good enough to
No,
be number two?
that's not good enough to be number two.
Yeah.
That's
And then
good.
you
That's good enough to be on kick return.
speaking of kick return, we got a beast just sitting there that they're not even using, but that's another topic.
Yeah, but I mean, it comes out too like with our receivers. Like, granted, Bryce has got to get them the ball, but they also got to catch the damn thing when they throw it to them. And I mean, I think we did okay with drops. A lot of them are just bad throws or tight throws. But man, could you imagine if we didn't have Thielen right now?
Oh, dude, just think
Oh,
about this. You think that's bad if we didn't have Thielen? Just imagine if they didn't give up DJ Moore and DJ Moore was getting 11 targets a game.
yeah. I know DJ Moore is doing good this year. Definitely on my fantasy team.
The and then we look. Bryce had Bryce threw a pick six, obviously, and then he had a fumble. Both of them turned into 14 points. How many points did the defense actually give up?
Well, I mean, if you we lost
Because you,
33, so I mean, you figure take 14
so
away, that's 19.
yeah. See, we couldn't even. Man, Bryce could have had another touchdown, and we still would have lost. But our defense is playing lights out.
Yeah.
So since we're still on offense, did you see that Corbett is he's basically out for the rest of the season?
Yep. And that
Dude, what a
hurts.
tough guy, right? That dude's tough, man. He tore his ACL, came back, tore his MCL, and finished the game. He knew his knee was messed up, and he still played good.
Yeah. Because I mean, you look, we're getting thin. I mean, with Brady going out, beginning of the year. But if you look at the numbers, 3 of our 5 start offensive linemen are 24 years old or younger.
Yeah,
Cade Mays, Zavala, and Icky are all 24 and under. Um, so I mean, it's a young line of guys that do not have experience, and that also you won't win games that way. If you look at any elite offensive lines today, they might have 1 or 2 guys under 25, but look how old they are. I mean, yeah,
yeah. And
they're
Taylor
all
Moton, he's 29, so like we do have a relatively young team, our
yeah
offensive line.
yeah. I mean, I think Taylor's the oldest. I think what Bozeman's like 27, 28. It's like we're young, which is terrible for a young quarterback.
Yeah, Bozeman's 28. So all right, so I'll just go down the. They let me. So
Yeah,
Bozeman 28. Dude, and we got a big offensive line too. That's the thing. Like we were pass pro, we were passing. But dude, let me read this out to you. Bozeman, 6'5", 325. Okay?
yep,
Then we go to Nash Jenkins, 6'4", 328. He's 24 years old. K Mate, 6'6", 325, 24 years old. Savala, 6'3", 322 pounds, 24 years old. You see this? This line looks like, hey, I'm about to run the ball.
Now I want to show you something that's about the offensive line that's funny. Look at
What's up?
Icky and then look at Ricky Lee and tell me if they couldn't be brothers.
Who you telling? We looking at the same thing. I'll just scroll straight down. He's the lightest one, Ricky Lee, 289.
Yeah, but
But
they
like,
they look like they could be brothers.
oh yeah. But if you look at the side of this line, man, to me it's like, dude, we should be moving bodies, and we were moving bodies until we got to the point where all that we could do was fast. So with the O line taking another hit, do you feel like, you know what? Before we go into that, let's talk. Let's go into the defensive side of the ball because I don't even want to jump the gun because we'll forget about the defense. How do you think the defense play? Or matter of fact, are you even done talking about the offense?
No, I'm done with the offense.
I'm not done. Bryce is sleeving up for down Nashville. He's going for 300, 3 touchdowns. Let's go. All right, so we scroll into the defense and we look. Let's see, Von Bell. No, Frankie Louvu led in tackles
More
with
than
8.
likely.
Yeah, Von Bell. You know what? I wish when they do the statistics, they would show like the penalty, like who calls the penalty and what. That'd be a cool statistic.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah. Also, since we're talking about defense, Boodle he's hurt too now,
Yeah.
so we're down another corner.
Yeah, but Jeremy Chin should have been reactivated. We should have another DB coming back.
Do you think they're going to make? Do you think they're going to put Chin in the slot? Because you're not going to put him on the outside on a number 1 or number 2.
Nah, I mean, he needs to go back to safety. But I mean,
Yeah.
Vaughn's playing good, so it's like.
I
But
think Xavier Woods going to end up leaving.
yeah, which is fine because we can put Chin at free. And I think he'll be good like he had been.
Man, he'd be just like Cam, a huge body like Cam Chancellor, huge
Yeah.
body coming down. People don't want to see that every game.
Yeah.
So on defense, who really stood out to you?
I mean, Frankie's been, like God. I'm glad we got Frankie when Shaq went down. Like, yeah, it's really let him shine.
Yeah,
Because I mean, let's face it, nobody really knew who Frankie Louvu was last year. Like
yeah, he had flashes last year though.
yeah, but he wasn't. He's playing like he's really stepping up this year.
Oh yeah,
Um, but like Frankie stood out. Really, Troy Hill, phenomenal
oh
game,
yeah.
phenomenal game. Granted, he gave up that
Mm-hmm.
touchdown to C.D. Lamb, but I mean, what 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 more can he do? Um, I mean, granted, Troy's been in the league for a while, but I mean, CD's an elite receiver. I mean, their elite receivers are going to score on you. There's nothing you can do about it.
Oh yeah. And then what's his name? Troy Hill. He had 8 total tackles, and he had a tackle for loss, and he had 3 pass breakups. Man,
Yeah,
like he was very active. Either he was very active or they target him, and he played exceptionally well.
yeah,
I think maybe they were trying to target him, and then once they, like you said, you got elite receiver Lamb, he's going to score. But who else stood out to you on the defense?
really, Troy was the bright spot for me for the game. I mean, Dante Jackson played pretty good. I mean, he was flying to the ball, but really nobody from the defensive line. I mean, Derek Brown
Oh yeah.
does what he does best. But it's funny we're talking about people. So this is something I want to point out about Brian Burns is he's got 5 sacks on the season, leading the
Mm-hmm.
team. Um, and it's one of those. He's doing good, but he's not making an impact on the field. Like he doesn't step on the field, and you don't have that. I don't see it from the offense. Like, oh, that's Brian Burns. We got to watch our shit. Yeah, he's just not having that impact this year, which is you would expect that from a guy that last year we got offered 2 first-round picks for.
Oh yeah. dude. And then there was a couple times. I'm not sure if I sent you to play, but if I didn't, I will. Uh, man, Brian Burns was getting locked up by the offensive tackle number 78. His name slips my mind, but dude, did you see number 78, the right tackle for Dallas?
Yeah,
Man, he was nobody wanted no part of that guy. You pancake two guys on one play, then you lock Brian Burns up consistently, and Brian Burns can't say like, oh, I don't got no help. Okay, the center, the guard, and the running back, Chip Brown, you were solo against the right tackle, and you couldn't come up on a play we needed you to.
consistently can't do it.
I I don't want to see him walk, but you know, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like he's holding back. I feel like he's holding back. He's not trying to give 100%. Or that ankle surgery he had in the offseason, he didn't heal up right. He tried to rush out on the field to get paid, and then now he's out there suffering because he thought he was going to get a big payday, and he ain't getting it. And then now look at his play now.
Yeah,
What's up with that rocking thing he does? Have you noticed that?
I haven't noticed it.
Dude, he does this like he rocks. And it's like they always catch him like when he's going backwards. Dude, I'll send it to you so you can see because he gets up to the line and he starts rocking over that tackle, like he's coming.
Yeah,
And then he gets locked up. But yeah, Derek Brown, he's been shining real bright this year. He's the guy that I thought was going to show up big, and he needs to get paid.
yeah. But if we lose Brian Burns, we're losing for this fucking scheme. We're losing our down linebacker. Like we don't
You
we
know
don't we
what?
don't have anybody with Gross Meadows out. Like we don't have anybody. We just don't have anybody else to fill that role. I mean, now and if we go get one in free agency, now we're losing even more money.
No, Barno played. Man, look, there was no difference between when Brian Burns was on the field and Barno was on the field.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When Brian Burns was out the game before, did you notice he was gone?
No, you don't even notice he's there when he is.
Yeah, so it's like you know we messed up. We should have gotten them 2 first rounds. There's nothing we can do now. So now we got to focus on what can we do with them. I
Yeah.
think that I think that if we don't give him the money that he wants, let's sign him to either like a 2-year friendly deal, you know, and then we let him go, or he's gonna get franchise tag, which he's gonna get paid top money. So I'm pretty sure he ain't mad about either.
Yeah.
So we got to make a decision because I think the franchise tag is gonna be more than what we're gonna have to pay him if we gave him a contract.
Yeah. So I mean, that's gonna be there's gonna be some off season work with that. Um, but the thing that fucking baffles me is that you look at our squad and there's so many holes to fill. Like we don't have the fucking money to do it. Like
Man,
like there's so many. I mean, you got offensive line, you got receivers, you got defensive. You've got defense to worry about. Um, it's. I mean, I look at we really need like three more offensive linemen that are worth a fuck, and we just don't have it. They're not there, and they're not in free agency. They're not. We can't trade for them. I mean, the draft is um, first round. I mean, it's kind of heavy. I mean, there's 5 or 6 decent first round picks at offensive line, but guess who doesn't have a first round pick this year?
dude, there's plenty of good linemen. You got to think there's so many linemen in the NFL that you could stumble across a good one in a later round. Not
Yeah.
every lineman that's on the field was a first round pick.
I mean, hell, there's
Like
been a lot of first round busts too.
yeah, so like right now, I'm up here looking at the Carolina depth chart and they're showing okay, like left tackle Icky, Ricky Lee, left guard Chandler Savala, Nash Jenkins, center Bozeman. We don't have a backup because Cade May is going to have to start right guard. So then we have Taylor Moton at right tackle and David Sharp is his backup. Well, the problem that we have is if Bozeman goes down, who the hell is going to be the center?
Shit.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like somewhere in this week we're going to have to sign either another guard. The best way to protect injury is to run the ball.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times people they get injured when they get hit, not when they're doing the hitting. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think if depending on how this, what's up, man?
Oh no, I'm just thinking of the bright spot we have on our team right now.
Oh, Bryce Young.
No. 37-year-old JJ Jansen.
Oh my god.
That
Oh man.
our long snapper is the best in the business, man. The only bright spot we got on the team. Think about the last time we had a fucked up long snap punter field goal.
See now, see you already see what you just did. That's what's going. You know what, man? All right, I got you. But so the line is obviously we're gonna have to patch it up. So we definitely I don't want to get into the next topic, but we're definitely gonna have to run the ball to protect ourselves from that. So we talked about the offense. We talked about the offensive line. We talked about the defense. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a Dallas fan. I could care less what they did good, what they did. You know, they did what they had to. They didn't embarrass us. You know, our defense gave up 311 total yards. You know what I'm saying? Like, is there more that we need to talk about with this game?
No, I think it's pretty much been summed up. It's real simple.
I,
We can't run the ball. We can't block. We can't pass. Can't win.
we're gonna win next week though,
Yeah.
or this week.
The winning
The
streak starts Sunday.
oh yeah, yeah, I post that everywhere. You notice that?
Yeah.
All right, so now we're gonna go on to the good old Titans. Another game of what could have been. Before we go into talking about what we need to do with the Titans and all that, Chris, is there anything that you want to say about the quarterback of the Titans?
I wish we'd have drafted him.
So go ahead and say your piece about the quarterback you wanted, because we got the quarterback I wanted. So before we go in and we talk about the Titans, how would have handled going into the draft, or if we still had the number one pick, would you would have still drafted the quarterback you wanted?
Ah, I mean, the thing with the draft is it's always a gamble. I mean, there's no guarantee that the guy you're getting is going to be what he was in college or what you think he's going to be in the NFL. However, there's always a however. When you look at Bryce Young's size, what he had around him at Alabama, I don't feel that we should have traded what we did to get a first round pick to draft him. If he was available at 9, take him.
Yes.
The same goes for C.J. Stroud. I wouldn't have drafted C.J. Stroud either because of the long history of OSU quarterbacks not cutting it in the NFL. Like before Stroud this year, who from OSU has been great in the NFL? It's crickets because you can't name one. I mean, I think of Terrell Pryor. Is how
Oh,
far
you
back.
think of Terrell Pryor? Man,
That's
I'm
what
thinking about Braxton Miller.
yeah, like when I go back. That's what I think of when I think of an OSU quarterback. I'm thinking of Terrell Pryor. So I go, he was great on Madden because he was fast, but he didn't do shit in the NFL.
Facts.
Um, so I'm always biased against OSU quarterbacks because I mean you look at Braxton, when you look at it, they're all they just don't do nothing. And really Alabama quarterbacks, with the exception of Tua and now and I still claim Justin Field or not Justin Fields, fucking Jalen Hurts as an Alabama quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the first two in a long line of quarterbacks like Mac Jones that haven't that they're the first two have done something. Everybody else hasn't. So when I look at the two of the big four, which is like OSU, Alabama, Georgia, and Clemson or Michigan,
Mm-hmm.
which will be five. You don't you don't see it. Like me personally, and I kind of drag that on. We could have kept our draft pick at 9 and got Levis. Had a first round pick coming up, and if Levis didn't cut it out, we'd be in a boat where we might have the first round pick this year, and I wouldn't draft Williams with it either. But because I think USC quarterbacks have the same issue.
Mm-hmm.
So it's I don't know. I'd have been happy with Levis at 9, having DJ Moore and all our picks.
Okay. You know what I'd have been happy with?
What?
I'd have been happy if instead of drafting Matt Corral, they would have drafted Sam Howell, how I wanted them to.
Yep.
I would have been happy with that because you want to know why? We
Why?
wouldn't have none of the issues we have now. We will have a quarterback that we know can hit all levels of the defense, right?
Yep.
We got a quarterback that's fast enough to make it to the edge, and he can make adjustments because we're seeing that this year. I watched that guy because I'm a big UNC fan, so like I watched this dude. He's really good. Now we're seeing it. If we'd have got him instead of Matt Corral, we wouldn't be in a situation. But since we didn't get him, I'm glad that we got Bryce. But I'm not gonna lie, Levis' arm is way stronger. His uh his placement of his 50-50 balls, because if you notice with Levis, when he throws it down the field, he actually throws it where his wide receivers have a chance.
Yeah.
They get the high point of the ball. That's a very good trait, especially in the situation we're in right now where we're not seeing it from our quarterback. But I think I think if we would have stayed at 9 and we got Will Levis, I'd have been happy. Or Bryce. Actually, this honestly, I believe this quarterback class was pretty good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, hell, we could have. Well, no, we wouldn't have got our. We wouldn't have got him in the second round because I think Levis went like early in the second round. But
Yeah,
but still, we had we. Here's the bombshell for you.
yeah.
If I'm fucking Scott Fitterer, I'm picking up the phone right now and I'm trying to trade Bryce Young to Chicago for my first round pick back
Oh my god.
for next year.
What are they going to do? You know what you would have if we got our first round pick back? I'm going to be honest with you. There's nothing in this draft besides Marvin Harrison Jr. that screams first round. There's
Oh yeah.
nothing. I'm not going to lie. I haven't really looked at any. I'm big on the offensive line, D line, linebackers. Uh, I like watching. I like watching that and like basically scouting for it. But there's nobody I see that we can't get in the later rounds with our picks. There's nobody that screams, "Hey, pick me first round." Besides Marvin Harrison Jr. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. There's not. I don't see. Like I said, I'm not a Caleb Williams fan. I do not think he's going to be successful in the NFL. I'm just not seeing it in college. I mean,
Oh yeah.
you're in the Pac-12 and you're not producing. You're not the top premier team in your conference. And you don't have to be like Levis wasn't in Kentucky. Like Kentucky wasn't in contention for shit. Um,
Oh, also AR he wasn't contending for anything at Florida. So
yeah. So I mean,
it
it,
just
it
goes to
doesn't necessarily
show
matter.
there's talent everywhere.
I don't see I don't see it from his play that he's going to be able to do it in the NFL. I mean, I could be wrong.
You talking about Bryce?
No, I'm talking about the Caleb Williams.
Okay. Oh, Caleb
Yeah,
Williams.
yeah. I'm talking like potential picks for next year. I'm not seeing. I'm just not seeing it. I mean, I'm probably wrong. He's probably gonna, you know, jump out and 400 passing yards in his
Okay,
first game or
so
some shit. But
you think about it like this. Like how I think about everything is you've seen a play from Bryce in college that you was like, wow, right?
yeah,
All right. So in this draft coming up, have you seen a player that made you say, wow?
no,
I rest my case. I'm not going back in the first round. Second round, keep our picks. Don't trade anybody. Build on what we got. Because there's nobody worth trading back in for.
no,
But
there's not.
if we're going to talk about it, Caleb Williams, I wouldn't draft him, and I ain't gonna say nothing else because I'm gonna sound like I'm a hater, but I'm not. There's nobody worth going in. The only way I can see any team jumping up to number one or doing anything is get Marvin Harrison Jr. But if he doesn't like what's going on at number one, he can stay and probably make more money.
Yeah, yeah. I just and even if we did get Marvin Harrison Jr., if the quarterback ain't got time to do a 3-step drop and throw it to him, it ain't gonna matter who the fuck the receiver is.
All right, so we're thin. We're thin at the O line. We know that the Titans defense run a 3-4 like us. They're also thin on the D line, so us falling into this game at this time is actually pretty good. But let me see.
Oh,
You're right now on their depth chart. Man, they don't have. Man, they only got 5 defensive linemen total. Oh man, they're just like us. The have you looked? Have you been keeping up with anything with the Titans at all? Have
no,
you looked at
no. But I mean, I know they got on their team. I mean, like the keys here obviously is stopping um, King Henry, and yeah, somebody's gonna have to body D Hop.
if we don't give Levis time to throw them deep balls like how he wants to, um, I think that freaking if we do not give him a chance just to stand there and just throw it up to D Hop's not going to be a factor, man.
Yeah,
Freaking Jackson can lock him down.
I mean, it all starts with our pass rush on the defensive side of the ball, and
Man.
if Brian Burns doesn't show up and make an impact, then it's gonna be a repeat of Sunday.
Hey, check this out. Freaking Will Levis threw 2 deep balls last game, right?
Yep.
His longest pass was 49 yards. That is crazy. We only seen a 40-yard pass once in how many weeks?
I think Bryce Young's longest pass this season is like 47,
Yeah.
and I guarantee that wasn't all airtime either.
It was like 40. If it was 45 yards, I'd say about 40 of it was in there because the dude caught it. Sullivan, I think it was Sullivan or another wide receiver caught it and went out of bounds or landed right outside the thing. But
But speaking of quarterbacks, I think I figured out um, why everybody has bias against Bryce Young now, even me thinking about it. And what happened the last time we had a number one pick and we took a quarterback?
oh yeah,
What did Cam do the first 2 games of the season?
oh he lit it up.
400 plus yards both games.
Yeah.
So I think Panthers our expectations for a first overall quarterback because of Cam is skewed where we expect results like that was a fun season. Like his first season, it was like, all right, I'm rocking with it,
Oh
and
dude.
and so I think that really skewed the everybody's expectations, of what to expect from a first year quarterback because we didn't have. And we had a true, that was a true first overall because we fucking sucked.
Yes.
Like we legit we earned that first overall pick. So I think that's really skewed everybody's expectations for Bryce Young. Like really.
Dude, I saw it when we drafted Bryce. Man, I saw it. I was like, man, if they run the ball and this guy can actually have time to develop, like he's gonna be good. But like when they came out passing, man, I knew it was gonna be bad. That's why I wasn't. That's why I'm not like now. If they do this next season, I might have a different tone. But man, he got potential. Man, it's just that he just looks so dang on small, and nobody likes that. We had a 6'5", 250 run quarterback that could run like the wind and throw like you know Cam Young. I mean, dang, Cam Young. Wow, Cam Newton, man, he was something else. But I feel like until I'm proven wrong, I feel like we have something to Bryce, but we just haven't unlocked it yet.
Yeah.
But the thing is that all season Bryce didn't have a running game. He got one, and he still didn't play all that great.
Yeah,
So like that's the next problem. Like it's the next thing that we're running into is like, okay, you're getting what you need, but you're still not. You're still not doing what you need to do because you threw a pick six and you fumbled the ball trying to make a play.
yeah.
When you should have just shut it down, just took the sack, man. And I feel like the media was so hyped up on him that he was this season is exactly like what they thought we were going to have that CJ Stroud season, but we have this season, and I believe him seeing what it feels like to suck his first year that we're going to appreciate when he starts playing better. Like, oh man, this dude's good.
I hope so. I mean, I'm hoping, this will be Bryce Young's sophomore slump this year,
Yeah.
and Stroud will have his sophomore slump next year.
If okay, so here's my question for you: if Bryce comes out next year, like coming down Omaha, Omaha, like he killing the game, are you going to buy a Bryce jersey?
Yeah, I will.
Now, are
I
you
will
going to wear it
retire.
proud?
I will retire my Cam Newton jersey, and I will rock a number 9.
Ooh, that's big. That's big. So for this Titan game, let me reel this back in. For this Titan game, if we can agree if we slow down Derrick Henry, we'll have a chance. But are we gonna be able to freaking stop D Hop? Do we got enough cornerback help? Because he's gonna have to get double. All thing he has to do is catch the ball one time. We're gonna start doubling him
Yeah, I think we
because
got a
we
we got
can't.
a shot.
Yeah, we can't copy the formula Jacksonville did because they're gonna clean that up. Because if you look at Jacksonville, what Calvin Ridley went off, we don't even have a guy. Calvin Ridley super fast. Who we have on our team that's fast?
Like defensive wise,
No, on offense because Calvin really busted them up for 7 catches, 103 yards, and 2 touchdowns. I'm just trying to think of who on our team has that type of juice.
I want to say Chark, but I mean he's got to show up.
Man, him and Bryce had great chemistry in training camp and all that stuff. I wonder why it's not translating in the game.
I don't know. I mean, Lavisca's, I mean, got some speed on him, but he just I mean he's what, the number 4. Like he only comes in and run a 4 receiver set, or if Mingo needs a blow, which I mean he should never have to come out of the game because it don't ain't like he does shit.
Hey, man, I don't I don't know what's up with him, but I hope I know, man. At the end of the day, man, everybody's human and stuff, and we're looking at this as like objects. But
Yeah.
whatever's going on, man, hopefully he fixes it. Because I was high on him, especially when Steve Smith gave him the stamp of approval of, hey, get this guy. I thought he was gonna come in and make an impact. I didn't know he was gonna be a developmental guy.
Yeah.
Because I don't keep up with Ole Miss, so I didn't know anything about him.
Yeah. So I mean it's like I said, you look at this team and there's a lot of I'm looking down and there's just a lot of holes, man.
So what do you want to see out of this? If what do you want to see the Carolina Panthers? What step in what direction you think the Carolina Panthers are gonna take that you want to see? Like, do you want to see them run just abandon Bryce? Hey, look, man, you're gonna pass when you need to. We're gonna run this
I
99% of the time.
I mean
We're
what
getting the ball out your hand.
I mean you hear the age old adage, you got to establish a run. The run opens up the pass. But the same the pass opens up the run. We got to be efficient at one of those to open up the other, and
And
that's
then,
the issue. Is we're not efficient at either. We're not efficient passing or running, so we can't open up the rest of the playbook.
yeah,
But the run's easier to establish because you don't have to worry about reading the defensive coverage, throwing it to the wrong guy. It's lineman hit your blocks, running back hit your hole, use your vision, get some yards. It's simple.
man, I wish they would quit doing this zone blocking, man. Like our man, zone blocking. That I don't like that. I want us to go. Hey, you bury the man in front of you, like hat on a hat, body on a body. If like you dominate the man in front of you, and let's get this W.
Because we're having issues in pass blocking with them rushing four. We got five linemen can't block four people.
Man, look, hey, I'll put it like this: if they didn't have Parson, man, they'd have been blitzing a lot. We wouldn't have looked that bad. I bet you if you pull up other people's uh passer rating and pass rating for blocking, it's gonna look horrible too. Anybody that goes up against Dallas is gonna look horrible. So when that stat came out, I didn't really think to look too much into it.
No, they've got a really good defense this year, and it just compounds when we have a really bad offensive line.
One thing I'll say about Bryce though is he is not no gunslinger. You know what I'm saying?
Not like they made him out to be.
He's very conservative. Like he's very like in Alabama you see him take shots down the field every once in a while, or most of the time in Alabama it was highlight plays. But he's very conservative. Like he's adding like them interception and fumbles is going towards that signing bonus he got. If he hit a certain number, he got to give the money back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He.
Because he okay.
I said when he gets. If you notice when you look at him after a fumble or a pick when goes back out there, he does not look comfortable, like pre-snap. Like
Yep.
he almost has this like, why am I out here? Like waiting for the ball. Like his demeanor. I don't know if it's just that's just how he is, but I've noticed like he just has this like almost like he's pouting about it.
Bryce would never pout, man. Come on.
Like watch it. Like what like if you can go back and watch like the second half of that game Sunday,
Oh, I believe you.
just why I'm telling you, he looks. I'm just like, man, what the hell is he doing? He does. It's either he's pouting or he does not look comfortable. Like he does not look comfortable calling the offensive plays. And I feel like that might be like maybe um they've got him on a leash. But the guy knows how to play quarterback. Let him play quarterback. Let him call some. And that's another thing. I don't see any audibles.
Dude, this game, I honestly believe Frank told him run the play because I didn't see anything. All I saw was they came out the huddle, Bryce did a little something, and then they just ran it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, they're not. It's like this is the play we're running. We ain't changing it. And I don't think I saw them check down on anything. Like it don't even look like it don't even like he changed any hot routes or anything. Like what's going on? Like and I think that's also hurting them. And maybe I didn't watch them strategically at Alabama. Like if I'm pretty sure Nick Saban's like this is the play we're running. Fucking go run it. You ever seen
Now,
championship ring?
Bill O'Brien gave him some type of freedom, but at the beginning he was very like, "Hey, run this." You're not, until he built that trust with him. I think what happened was at the beginning of the season they gave Bryce too much freedom, and then now they're trying to rein it back in, and then now we're seeing what we're seeing now. What they should have done was like, "Hey, man, we understand you're a computer chip, but just run the shit. We'll take the blame."
Yeah,
Like that's how I would have handled it.
yeah. It's like I said, man. There's so many holes, so many fucking issues.
So realistically, do you feel like we got a chance to win?
Yeah, if we can establish a run and Brian Burns can have an impact, I think we have a chance to win.
Man, we're gonna win
What do
no
you
matter
think?
what. Yeah, we're
What
gonna win. They
what's
only
your
put up
what's your
14 points.
what's your What's your roadmap to victory for Sunday?
Oh, roadmap to victory is we ain't pulling no more offensive linemen because we short. We're gonna have to do hat on a hat. We're gonna have to run, power, power offense. We got to build on what we did last week. So, like, when we come out, we got to show that, hey, we're running the ball. We're not changing nothing. You load up 8 in the box and we're able to break one on you. Because, that's what happened last year. A lot of times players were able to break. They broke that one tackle and they ended up running like 20 yards down the field.
Yeah,
So, if we establish a run, especially in between the tackle, then we're able to break something. It will help us out. I'm not going to say that we need to limit the amount of throws for Bryce, but he is not throwing no more shallow crosses. I'll tell you that.
yeah.
If it's not open, tuck it and run. Like,
Well, that's another thing that kills us. I've said it before. When we're, you know, more than 50%, we're close to 75% of our pass attempts, not just completions, pass attempts, are 5 yards or less. I mean, that's pretty easy to defend. I mean, that's a
you
three
know,
step drop and the ball's coming out. Like that's all. I mean, that's I'd say we're really one dimensional in that we don't have a deep threat. And
something I really thought about, and I hate that I cut you off.
yeah,
But since Bryce's average is so low, why does he not have more batted passes? You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, he's only throwing like. So is the defense letting him get these throws off to build his confidence because they know they can trick him?
I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
that's some deep thought there.
Just think about it, man. Like what CJ had, he had passes batted down, right?
Yeah,
Bryce, when's the last time you seen Bryce get a pass batted down? It's been a minute.
yeah. I mean, he had one
For
a couple games ago, but
Yeah, for him to be so short, like you would think, like they would be able to bat the pass down. I'm thinking they letting this dude only get a certain passing lane. Like they're like, oh nope, we're only gonna let you see this side of the field because we know that he has to throw in a passing lane. Like he has to. That's why he can see the field. I'm thinking like, hey, if we can't get to him, open this up where he only sees this.
yeah,
Because if you look at where he threw that pick, where he got undercut, dude, he saw Mingo right there, and you watch his eyes. He sees Mingo and he throws it, and as he's throwing, he's like, "Fuck," you know
yeah.
what I'm
Then
saying?
he's also, I mean, he doesn't see the full field either because on that pick six he had Tommy Tremble wide open.
Yeah,
Um, that was behind the line, easy 20-yard pickup. And I think he gets fixated on his primary, and he just gets that fucking tunnel vision, and he just wants to complete that pass.
yeah. He's like he wants to get it out fast because he doesn't want to get hit,
Yeah,
dude. If Dallas really, man, the way they were hitting him, it was like the cupcake league. They
yeah.
wasn't really getting at him.
And I've noticed it's like once he gets sacked, it's like the next play you might as well run it because they're gonna sack him again. And
Dude,
I just
that made me so mad. Back to back sacks, dude.
yeah.
What? This ain't Madden.
I mean it shit it's wild.
So we were saying with the keys of victory that we have to establish the run. I'm not even going to say anything our defense need to do. Whatever Evero decides,
Yeah.
I think that's best. So I'm going to stay away from that because he's been man, and that's the thing too, man. It's like it makes you wonder if Andy Dalton would have been playing and he had this defense. Because Andy Dalton put up points with what was it Saints last year?
Yeah.
So just imagine, and then like just think Andy Dalton when he played against the Seahawks, the plan we had they should have stayed with, man. But that ain't the topic for today. We'll talk about that. But they should have stayed with. They should have let his ass sit. So, what is your score prediction?
For Tennessee, we're gonna have to score 20. I'm saying it's gonna be 24-17.
I was thinking 21-14 Panthers. We maybe get a defensive touchdown, maybe a punt return, kick return. Man, we already know if it gets close to the end zone, Bryce gonna throw it to Trimble, so we might get one of those.
Yeah,
So yeah, like we're gonna need for us to beat Tennessee, we're gonna need a special teams play. Not it doesn't have to be a touchdown, but it has to get us in really good field position. And if we can establish a run and make it where Will Levis has to keep passing, hopefully Brian Burns shows up and we can get the dub.
yeah.
So if we lose, what's your prediction?
If we lose, we're gonna lose. I'm gonna say 31, 31 to 17 with the with the 17th point coming with 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Dude, we were thinking the same thing. I was thinking 31. I was thinking 31-10. I was like, we're gonna get a touchdown and a field goal. Like, because if it gets bad, it could get bad.
Yeah,
Because if Derrick Henry starts going on, like if Derrick Henry goes off, but we hold them to a field goal, I'll take that. Derrick Henry can run for 300 yards this game as long as they lose.
yeah,
Like I don't. To me, that doesn't matter as long as we get the W. But man, I feel like honestly not playing around. I know this is our first show trying to get our podcast started, but dude, I honestly feel like we're gonna win. I, I feel like we got better days coming. We're gonna have a lot of stuff to talk about,
yeah,
and we're gonna just imagine. Okay, so just imagine if we go on a win streak and we close the season out like winning games, and we're hot. Let's say we finish 8-9. Dog, you can't tell me you ain't gonna be riding hot.
oh yeah.
Like,
I hope we win out.
yeah, we went out, and then that way it could like kind of screw over um Chicago. Like, hey, you beat us, but you ain't getting the first overall pick. And then that way they're probably going to unload one of those picks.
Yeah,
But if they get 1 or 2, you know who I think they're going to get?
Caleb Williams and fucking Marvin Harrison Jr.
Nope, they're going to get Drake May and Marvin Harrison Jr. If they got 1 or 2, they're going to draft Marvin Harrison first because then they might be able to get rid of that second pick and get some value.
Yep.
But they're going to get Drake May because think about it. Why would you go get another scrambling quarterback when you already got one?
Yeah.
There's nothing that Williams does that Fields can't do.
Yeah.
So you would go the opposite. You like, oh, I want like Drake May. He's athletic.
But he's a pro style quarterback.
Yeah, he wants to pass. He wants to pass the ball. But whenever we have the topic talking about college, I'll give you my opinion about that. I don't watch him for a couple of years.
Yeah.
The so we went out. So we're officially out of the playoffs, right? With
Yep.
that loss.
We're officially at a 6 straight losing season since David Tepper got the team.
All right. I think that what is it? We're going to come back Sunday after the game.
Yeah.
I think that I want us to really go on a hot streak to end the season because if let's say this game right here, Bryce plays good and then he plays good the rest of the season, dude, that hype going into year 2 might be similar to the hype before the Super Bowl run we had. Because you remember before 15-14, we were getting looked at because we were going to be a hot team.
Yep.
And then we didn't, we did okay. But then the next year we went to the Super Bowl.
We went 15 and
Like,
1. Should have went six.
yeah. So
Fucking
like that's
Atlanta should have went 16 and 0.
man, that would have made that shit hurt even worse than that Super Bowl.
Oh
I can't
yeah.
even watch that Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's a topic for another day.
Dude, I'm telling you, like, as soon as we start talking about like, oh, like we need to do we need to get on here and talk about nothing but like old Panther memories. You know what I'm saying? That'll be a good thing. The what do you think Bryce's numbers are going to be for the game?
Like under 250 yards passing, and hopefully with a win, he's gonna have 2 touchdown passes. With a loss, he's going to have 1.
I'm seeing a total of 300 yards here. He's gonna have to scramble for a couple first. I see that.
Yeah.
So let's say we give him 25 yards on the ground. Hmm. I say somewhere in between 280 and 300. That's what I see.
Yeah. Who's going to be your standout player of the game?
Ooh, if TMJ gets activated and TMJ gets on the field, TMJ is my standout player. Of who, man, that dude, he's been getting screwed over since he got drafted with us.
Yep.
He just needs some PT on the field, man. Because last year he showed up. He got the most yards per catch at the
Mm.
end of the season.
Yep.
Like, come on, man, how you got that just sitting? I think he's sitting. I think he's getting told to get sit. I think Frank's getting told to sit him.
Yeah.
They're trying to re-sign him for cheap. How about you?
Yes. My standout player, Steven Sullivan.
Oh man, so you went offense. So you know we got to do a defensive standout now.
Yep.
So Sullivan, what sold you on Sullivan? What you think he's gonna do?
Frank was talking about Sullivan today, as far as being um, more of their deep threat tight end. After I know he only had what 1 catch last Sunday, was it 1 or 2? Um, I think they're going to utilize him more. I think that if it's not him, it's going to be Tommy Tremble. I think the tight end position is going to be the standout position on offense. Um, there's going to be at least 1 or 2 touchdowns coming from tight ends Sunday, just because we don't have anybody else at receiver other than Thielen to catch the fucking ball. I see some checkdowns going to Steven Sullivan if he gets in the game.
Man, hopefully he gets some PT because every pass that's been thrown to him, he ain't dropped it.
Yeah, I mean, Ian Thomas is basically just a fucking offensive lineman.
No, he's a fullback.
Yeah, because they did not utilize him at tight end for shit.
Ever since Bryce hit him in the face mask that
Yeah,
one touchdown,
yeah.
they said blocking only, baby. Who's
Like
your
Ian's on
defensive
the field,
standout?
it's a run play. My defensive standout, I'm going with Troy Hill, man. Especially if C.J. Henderson ain't gonna be able to play.
Yeah,
Troy Hill, 1 interception. Right here, you've heard it first.
man, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna say DJ Johnson. I feel like DJ Johnson's gonna end up being the future on the defense.
Yeah,
I think we're stuck on Brian Burns right now, but I think uh, DJ Johnson he's been getting a lot of PT. Evero was super excited to get him, and then I see his play. He's able to set the edge. He's still got stuff that he's working on, but I feel like he's gonna when he gets on the field, he's gonna stick out.
yeah.
So you had Troy Hill and Sullivan. Let me write that down because if they don't produce, I'm coming back talking.
I'm writing it down too. It's in there.
Oh no, I gotta put this down. Yeah, I heard you type yours up super quick.
Oh,
I,
I was
I
ready.
did
I
it.
got my little notepad out.
I did it like that, so we both won't. Well, I definitely won't forget.
Yeah.
So, do you think? So we had ISM. He had a he returned a touchdown. How do you feel about him? Do you feel like he should get more play at wide receiver?
Yeah, I feel like he should see what he can do because you know what? We had a really good receiver who started out as a return man.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody that's probably going to be that should be in the fucking Hall of Fame when He should have been in last year, but yeah, Steve Smith was originally drafted as a return man. He was not drafted as a receiver.
Yep. And then you know why he got number 89?
That I don't know.
Who else wore 89 for the Carolina Panthers?
89. I can't remember.
Ray Caruth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they wanted to make sure, you know, nobody wore that jersey again, and they wanted Steve to go above and beyond in it. So that's what he did. Now nobody's ever gonna wear that jersey again, and
Yep.
nobody even remembers the other guy. You know what I'm
Yeah. A lot of people don't remember Ray Caruth.
saying? Yeah. So with all that being said, we done had our predictions. We done had what we think is gonna happen. If there was like before we end this, if there was one player from the Carolina Panthers ever that you wish was on the team right now that would help tremendously in their prime, who would you want?
Out of everybody we've ever had
Yes, with the current team.
with the current team.
Yes.
Oh man.
You want me to know? You want me to tell you who I would?
Yeah.
Who I would? Chris Campbell,
Yeah.
because he was always on the field.
I mean, obviously, people would go Cam Newton or Steve Smith or Luke
Yeah.
Kuechly, Dan Morgan, Thomas Davis, but I'm thinking like we're hurting so bad. Jordan Gross.
Oh my god.
We're hurting so
Hey, I
bad on the
like it.
line. Jordan Gross. We had Jordan Gross right now. We might be all right.
Shoot. Oh yeah, he was a beast too, man. Big body. Dude,
That'd
we
be
had man. Honestly though, if I had to go with like a special team, like a like a wide receiver or tight end or something, right now, you know who would definitely help Bryce right now?
Greg Olson.
You right. You read my mind. You was like dude. You imagine Greg Olsen and Thielen right now? Oh my god.
Yeah. But another unknown is man, we sure could use fucking Bill Goldberg right now.
At least to sell tickets. Go bird. Oh my god, man. You're
We
bringing
need
back so many memories.
we need an undefeated streak started again.
Man, I really do believe in Bryce, man. I think we gotta I think as fans we gotta show Bryce like, hey man, we know you're a rookie. Because nobody's gonna be harder on themselves than the person that like him, you know? Like,
And I mean, according to the pressers, Frank said he's harder on himself than the coaches are.
man, what do you think he's saying there? I suck. Just bitch me. And they're like, nah, dude, we're gonna play you. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think he's saying?
Like I mean, I wish he'd just say more than we gotta do better. We gotta do
Well, what
better.
else could he say? You know what I'm saying? It's the truth. Like, they
Yeah.
gotta do better. Like, there's nothing else he really could say.
He could just go like, yeah, I threw it, and the second I threw it, I knew I fucked up.
Oh, that's the type of that's what you want. You're
Yeah.
like,
But like,
oh,
look, I realized but once the ball left my hands that I fucked up. Which
oh,
which is what he's saying when he says we got to do better, or I need to do better.
you wanna know
He's
what's crazy? The team believes in him too, man. I think like I just want to know what their practices look like. Man, I get back on the East Coast, man. Oh my God, I'm gonna be there practice. Like, let me see what they got
first
going
week
on.
of spoke. Let's go.
Oh my God, for real. Oh man, my back already started hurting, dog. Bro, our feet was on fire.
Oh, I don't miss that shit. It's like a
Hey, those are the
lifetime
good days,
ago.
though. Yeah, man, they can't practice like that no more.
Nah.
I don't even think they do two a days. Well, if they do two a days, it's more of like going, you know. But that's off topic. But
Yeah.
uh, anything else you want to put out there for the Panther world? Because you know we're gonna come back Sunday. We're gonna do this again. And if somebody hears this video later on, please leave a comment if you think that this sucked. Say we suck, but guess what? we're gonna be back Sunday, so we're gonna do it all over again.
It's gonna be the same shit. Hopefully, talking
Facts.
about a W though, at least.
Oh, we going, man. Look, all week I'm gonna be on the Carolina Panthers on Twitter, on X, on YouTube. You know, keep pounding. Let's go. We going 8-9. I'm gonna believe that. And then if we lose, guess what? We're gonna go 7-10, baby. Like it for me. I gotta keep the faith, man. Because why else should I watch?
That's what part of being a die-hard fan is, man. Win,
Oh yeah,
lose, or draw, we still watch.
you have to,
But I'm allowed to have a fucking opinion about it though.
man. Hey, we all got that opinion. But you know, I'm gonna stay positive. I'm not gonna get too hard on these guys because at the end of the day, they make millions of dollars. I don't, you know.
Yep. Oh man. But yeah, it's like I said, the keys. Like we got to run the ball. If we run the ball effectively to get some, at least where that fifth and sixth blitzing linebacker is got to he might be passing it just to give Bryce that extra second to at least read the defense. I mean, I think
Oh
that's going to
yeah,
help. And hopefully Sunday we can establish a run between Chuba and Sanders. But
oh yeah, we will. I feel like if how Sanders ran with those 11 or the 10, 11 carries, he looked good. He
yeah,
looked
he
real good.
definitely looked. I mean, compared to last week, he looked a lot better. Because I think the week before, I don't even think he had 10 yards rushing.
Oh no, he
I
no
have to
one
look.
week he only had two. I think he only had a receiving. No, he had two carries for like 1 yard, and then he was receiving the ball.
Let's see. Last 5 games, he's had 116 rushing yards. Almost half of those came against Dallas. All right, yeah, see Chicago. He had 2 carries, -5 yards. Um, and then he had two receptions for 15 yards against Chicago.
Dang.
He had 0 yards against Houston, 39 yards against Indy, and 32 yards against Detroit. So I mean, he hasn't had his best game was week 1 against Atlanta. He had 72 yards on 18 carries, and it's just been downhill since then.
Yeah, because his groin injury, man.
Yeah,
It's been the same.
you got to stretch that bad boy out before the game.
Oh yeah. Well, we're about to wrap this up because I gotta go daddy duty.
Yeah, I got work tonight, so
Oh yeah. Uh, whoever listens to this, appreciate it. We're trying to do something here. We're just two lifelong Carolina Panther fans. We're just trying to have fun, talk about it. Whenever we go live, you want to join. It's all in good fun.
yeah, we got
And then,
it's all the link's always open for you to join in and chime in. Um, it's all set up. I'll get you in here. You can say your piece. We'll stay the whole stream. You can stay the whole stream.
oh yeah, we're just trying to create a community where you come in here. You want to get your thoughts off. Bounce it off somebody else that's new. Because the world's so big. Why you need to be secluded to your one area? Like you can meet anybody anywhere. Like let's build something. Let's work towards being positive and root on these Carolina Panthers. Keep pounding. Carolina first, baby.
All right. Well, with that, I guess we're gonna end the podcast. We'll see y'all Sunday after the game. Have
Oh
a
yeah.
happy Thanksgiving. Um, which I ate a few hours ago, so I'm already tired. down down for the count.
Yeah, you gonna take that nap before work?
Yeah, I'm gonna take that nap before work, so I gotta work the next 4 days. Um, but let's see if we got a few people in here. We'll be live Sunday after the game, probably around 5 or 6 Eastern.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we do got a 1 o'clock game, right?
Or did they flex it?
No, I think they're flexing the Tennessee game. Well,
Oh,
let
they
me let me
flexed it.
double. I might as well double check that while we're here.
Oh yeah.
Look at the schedule. Now we play at 1 o'clock.
Oh one.
1 o'clock on Fox.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, before we close it out, it looks like there's four people in here. If somebody wants to join and say something, you can come on in. And but if not, we'll close it out. We'll wait a minute to see.
Yeah, I'll repost the link. Anybody wants to join? I thought I posted a link. I guess I didn't. That's not letting me. Hold on, here we go. It's not letting me. There you go. I posted like 5 times. Little stream delay.
Yeah, if you come in here, you want to talk about Carolina Panthers, tell your score prediction. Tell us what you think the keys to victory will be.
Oh, I guess so. I mean, Chuba, if he keeps it up, man, he might hit 1,000 yards for the end of the season.
Man, the way we trying to run the ball, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he might. He might. I mean, but I don't know, man. If we'd have had that Dante Foreman still, man. At least we didn't lose any draft capital to get Sanders. So I mean, I'm not. Free agency's free agency. I'll take that.
Yeah, but then we got a decision to make. I think he'll be back next year though.
Yeah,
Nope, they dropped back down. I guess nobody wanted to join.
that's all good. It's probably people
Oh
on their
yeah,
phones. Don't wanna.
oh yeah.
But it's all good. But with that, we're gonna close the stream out. Hopefully Sunday I'll have an outro video. Um, for the end of the stream. I think I've got something set up that might work. Um, but we'll see you Sunday.
Oh
Anything
yeah.
pop before we get out of here?
Keep pounding, and hey, look, just because we lose, it don't mean to be mad. Don't be mad. Make sure you check out the NFL.com and Fanatic. Get you some discounted merch. Because next year or the year after that, when we winning, ain't nobody gonna care when you bought it.
Nope. All right, with that, we'll holla at you Sunday.
Oh yeah.